Hello. This is about prefabricated construction. I'm C.A. Prasad, President of PSI. Okay, to just give you a overall view of how the precast development is taking place in India. Right. So PSI, Pre-Engineered Structure Society of India, is established in 2013 at Hyderabad. Okay, and we have been conducting. See, they are the members of the PSI, the core members of the PSI executive committee members. Okay, and then there are certain objectives and there are certain activities conducting conferences. We have been conducting conferences since 2013. This was the first conference in Hyderabad. And 2014 also we have held the conference in Hyderabad. And 2015 we held it in KL University in Vijayawada. Right? And 2017 we held it in New Delhi. And military engineering service people have attended this and later taken precast into their construction activities and called for tenders only on precast wherever precast industry is existing. Right? And in 2018, we have conducted one more conference at the Siddhartha Engineering College, Vijayawada, and it was well attended by the state government officials also. And and then in 2018, we have done one-day conference again at Hyderabad. So this is all about that, and there are a number of sponsors continuously. These sponsors are there with us right from the beginning and supporting us all along. Okay, and then there are some exhibitors. Okay, and then we will move on to precast prefabricated construction. If you look at the cast in system, you see a lot of congestion is happening in the site with the formwork everywhere. Okay, and this is so much of formwork everywhere which you need to do. But when you look at the precast system, there is no formwork at all because all these elements are made in the factory and then they are coming to the site and then just getting erected with the help of a small supports here and there. So if you look at the precast abroad, I was into Dubai in 1995 and at that time there are only 3 precast companies and I left Dubai in 2005. From 2002 to 2005, huge construction has taken place and continued up to 2010 in a big way. And 3 precast factories has increased to about 20 precast factories in the Middle East. And huge construction has taken place. And all those buildings are constructed using predominantly in precast. Okay, most of them. And you can see that the facade element is also in colored pigment concrete they used and then made it for the construction. You can see mushrooming of towers, okay, in the Jebelari area towards that side. So these are and then you can also see industries abroad in the Europe, especially they're using even the precast industrial the particular process also in concrete. Okay, and then the precast slabs are put on that, and then you can have a sunlight through the glazing and all is provided into that. Okay, this is how the precast elements are coming up. You can see that the beam connection is avoided at the junction, but coming outside of that, and then there is a double T unit here. And I will tell you more about double T slab unit. Precast walls are fixed to the industrial units outside, and then we will look at the precast development that is taking place. In Hyderabad, you can see a number of industries like this. Yeah, it's a fantastic. So many industries have come in Hyderabad and Andhra Pradesh. Yeah, and then in Raipur, also Inventa has gone there. Raipur BSBK is there. Bhubaneswar Inventa have set up and then doing a big project for the Orissa Housing Board construction. And BSBK has done a wonderful way for the Raipur city, okay, using the elematic instruments and all. Coimbatore, Teamage Precast have done well in Coimbatore, and then they have been constructing their own structures, and now they are constructing for others also. They have now spread over. They have put up recently one in Nalgonda of Telangana district. Okay, and then you can also see that in Calicut, Chennai, BME Precast is another very big firm. They have been doing wonderful structures in Chennai as well as in Bangalore. Okay, they are doing a very big structures, and a big hotel is also built by them. I will show you in the details. In Pune also there are companies. Mumbai also L&T have done one precast structure. Bangalore Gauri Infrastructure. Okay, Shabuji Palanji have done a wonderful project for Tata projects. Okay, and Katera is now established in a full-fledged manner in Bangalore in a very big way. In Bangalore, they are doing wonderful structures. Noida, yeah, Supertech is one of the biggest factory in a full-fledged way in NCR region. Okay, and BJ Shatke is they do their very typical type of different precast construction. They do it for beams also like a channel, and then pour the in situ concrete into that. is a very special type. Even in columns also, they do a hollow shell and then fix the reinforcement and pour concrete into that is their specialty into that. And in Ghaziabad, Bharat developers have done using tilting table and HCS method. They have done a wonderful project. I will show you into the details. Basically, what is precast concrete structural elements? Okay, a solid flat slab. Solid flat slab can be seen as a pre-stressed precast slab. Hollow core slab is a beauty into the flooring systems whereby this concrete is removed and at the same time pre-stressed precast is done. It carries a wonderful load carrying capacity at the same time lightweight. It will reduce the load on the slabs and the beams and the columns and everything. Okay, on the beams and columns and in turn on the footings. Double T slabs are specially used for the shopping malls and the parking lots where it can span about 25 to 30 meters. Single T can span up to about 20 to 22 meters. They are the different hollow core slab of different thicknesses. Okay, and this is what is a hollow core slab, which you can see into that. Right, so this is the hollow, and at the bottom 35, top at also 35, and then the other slab will come here. You can see it here. This is the pre-stressing strands, which will be coming only at the bottom. Each of it is about 1197. We call it as 1200 constant. Okay, and its thickness can be 150, 200, 250, 300, depending upon the span and the load it has to take. Right, so you can see that if you just see from here to here, something like that, it is something like an eye section with a thing there. It can also be viewed like that. So when you place number of slabs adjacent side, at the bottom there will be 2 to 3 mm gap, and then the topping is necessary of about 75 mm. 70 to 75 mm topping will be provided. In some cases, we will also provide 100 mm depending upon the necessity and the requirement of the architectural considerations into that and the loading capacities. Right, so this grout will go into that. Right, so you can see the precast beams and girders also can be done for buildings. We have already seen this type for the bridges also. Okay, now you can see that the beauty of precast is that, especially for industrial structures or for the buildings, you can make a 3 to 4 story precast column. Okay, and then join them at certain junctions. Now here in this particular building, you can see the 2-story building. It is joined here, and then a 3-story building joined there. Now you can see the next slide that yes, at this point, for the beam reinforcement to come and join, they are given an opening and casting is done like that. Okay, and it is supported. And at this point, the bottom to top column is concreted here, and beam reinforcement will come. That is the way. Hollow core slab can be used with the help of a mobile crane, of a tower crane, with a simple clamp. It will come and get rested on this on the wall elements. Right? This can also be used for air conditioning, but very few buildings are done. We are done for one building in Muscat for a shopping mall, Lulu supermarket, and it is saving their current in a wonderful manner. They are saving about 40% of their bill because it cools more in the night time when it is running, and in the daytime the requirement is less. This is how this air condition requirement, and you can fix anything else to the bottom of the hollow core slab. Absolutely no problem. We will also give a template to see that the pre-stressing channels are not cut. They are some of the connections, and then there is another slab called precast composite slab. This also has about 50 mm thick, but this will have something like some beam-like elements will come 125 to 150, and a shear link will go, and it will join with the topping on the top. What you are seeing here design is a polystyrene, okay, such to create the hollowness. So this slab will go there, and then they put the 70 mm topping after placing it on the side. So this is called as the EP slab because Emirates Precast Company in Dubai have founded this method. This is also easier. This is also pre-stressing strands. This is also good enough. Some of the connections on the steel beams and the RCC walls you can see here. This is what I'm talking about, double T slab. Depth can vary from 400 to 900, and its width, unlike hollow core slab, can span about 2400 to 3000 of whatever the size we can create. That is the beauty of it, right? You can see this double T slab of about 30-meter long going on the trucks in abroad. We can also make it here, provided we have that long trucks and all, and India is poised to do it. We can surely look at this particular thing to do that. We're already doing for these double T slabs. Precast India infrastructure is already doing it. Even Preka has done this for some of the parking structures here in Hyderabad. There's a beauty of it. Now, if you see the shopping mall here, the double T slab is placed there across a 10-meter span girder, and this is a column-free space from one end to the other, and it's a lovely space for the shopping mall, such that they can put their racks wherever they want. That is the beauty of the double T slab, uninterrupted column-free space. Okay, and there is another type without pre-stressing. You can also do this. Okay, this is called as a lattice slabs, which will do about 60 to 70 mm casting, and then this shear links will come up something like that. It is called as a lattice type system, and after they place it on the supports of the beams or walls, yeah, even this can be cast of a long length, but since it is only 70 mm thick initially, that needs to be supported over the timber beams. Okay, after putting that on the timber beam, then you can pour concrete to the required thickness of 200 or 250, whatever we need, such that it won't bend. Then we will move on to Ecotech wall panels. These are partition walls. There is no steel at all in this. No pre-stressing chance, no reinforcement. These are all 600 in width and height, whatever we want. We can make it 2 meters or 3 meters. Okay, and then you can chase it wherever you want and put your electrical conduits. Okay, and the same element can be cut and placed over a channel system as a lintel. Okay, that is the beauty of this system. Right, so this can be used into that directly. You can apply some putty and then do the painting such that it does not need any curing or anything, unlike the brick masonry. So these are some of the details of it. This is how the factory made this thing. At least just 2 persons can erect all these walls, getting it over it, and then simply a simple erection can be done using a guided panel at the bottom and at the top. Okay, this is how the things are into that. Now we'll look at the precast system for housing. So here you can see all precast wall and hollow core slab is put there, and you can also put your precast stairs onto that. Okay, and columns, whenever you use, you need corbels such that beams will come and rest on that initially, and the hollow core slab can be put such that there is no need to put up. You can see in here that there is a corbel, beam is coming on either side. Okay, and then the hollow core slab, yeah, this can be stored like this and then go on the trucks in this plan. Precast wall panels, yes, precast wall panels with all the window openings and door openings can be put into this. Okay, and then there is easy to transport and erect it. Okay, and the facade wall panels also in color also can be made. You can see that whenever we do that, there are certain dowels coming from the bottom, and then these holes, whatever you are looking at, they will grout it. Okay, then the beauty of this thing is it will stay in position, and then the hollow core slab can be seen. And precast stairs are so easy to make with this mold. Okay, and then these are the magnetic arrestor to use the precast beam concreting and all. So this is how the precast stairs are done, and you can also see that, yeah, this can be just simply be erected on the landing slab. Landing slab also can be precast spanning onto the walls while there are hollow core slab. So this slab precast stairs will go on rest on that with a 100 mm support on top of that. So this is the beauty of the precast stairs. We will see some of the precast buildings. I just want to show you here. This is the Jindal student housing at Sonepat. They are entirely precast. There is a concept plan, and then what they have done is they have built this, and then they have just done only the painting outside with only to the railings. Okay, they left the building like that. Okay, that is the beauty of it. So this is something called Process R&D Center. Again, this is built by by a precast company. And then you can see this Novotel Abyss Combo is built by VME Chennai, a wonderful precast company. Some of the photographs is also an industrial shed, which a TVS Motors factory, Hosur, Tamil Nadu, is built by again the VME precast. Okay, this is what I was talking about. Bharat City, they have done a Bharat City developers in the did it in Ghaziabad, precast walls, and then they put hollow core slab on the top. When completed, the buildings are looking so fantastic with paint. No plastering on top of them, just directly putty and paint. This is one beautiful building built by India Infrastructure. My friend Ajit Bhate, who is doing wonderful structure, is a passionate civil engineer. You can see this building. All these are precast elements. You can see these projections out there. To that projections, one concave element and convex element are put up into the architect needs to be appreciated. Through this, in the daytime, they will get ventilation as well as air. Okay, it's a wonderful facade element they have used. Okay, these elements will get fixed on top of this. Things like that. See how the fixing is going on. Okay, it's going on onto the top, and you can also see that this column has a corbel. Spandrel is sitting on that as a simply supported connection, which is very simple. Now in Hyderabad, we have done the and Inventa Industries, PSV Precast and Eco Precast have done the stilt plus parking plus 9 crores, okay, for the Telangana state government completely in precast. So this is done in such a way that precast walls and hollow core slab are sitting across on that. Okay, all the internal walls are supported on this on the precast hollow core slab. Okay, and then erected. So that is the beauty of the system. You can also see on the site itself, on the table, they are casting on precast wall. With all these sleeves will go to the dowels which are coming there, and then they are grouted such that it is rigid. These are some of the photographs which you can see in that GHMC Dundigal site. Okay, the main contractor is IJM, and these are the subcontractors. What I told you is Inventa and PSP Precast and Eco Precast, all from Hyderabad. They have done this wonderful structure. Omkar Kranti, SRA Mumbai have done this wonderful structure up to 20-story structure in 1 year time. They have also done it in such a way that the toilets are precast and then directly erected on top of that. So there is a beauty. And precast has started by Janapriya way back in 2010. Except for the Institute Foundation, they have got the walls and everything in precast. So, but they have done the slab at that time with the PT slab. They could not go for the hollow core slab. They have done the PT slab. Okay, this is how these villas are done. They have also done a 12-story structure. Okay, with about 10 apartments per floor in the same construction site. Okay, so but they have delivered these towers in 1 year time, as against 3 year time. They have really done well. BDA Bangalore, they have done all the precast walls and the bottom slab. Okay, and then they have erected, assembled everything, including walls, painting, everything done. And this is moved out through the rails and then lifted and placed on top of one another, such that it is going well. So this is the brief introduction of the whole development of precast. Precast is shaping wonderfully well across India, and more developers are choosing precast. Thank you very much for your patience to hear. Any doubts, you can write to me at the mailing address that is given there. Thank you very much. Bye-bye.